Everybody. Y'all be starting out that even got in here. Chris Truth Freedom. You talking to me? Talking to me, Chris Truth Freedom. Y'all be saying dumb stuff. You talking to somebody, tell you talking to me if I tell y'all stupid you is. Let me see if you deserve to be called dumb before I go off on your stupid ass. Anyway, Truth Freedom or whatever the hell his name is, right? No, see, you said everybody beat me to the punch. This is not a race. Ain't nobody beat me to the punch. That's what these other YouTubers do. They out here trying to be the first one to talk about a topic. That's not why I'm here. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to give the perspective that I need to give. That 9 times out of 10, it ain't gonna be too many people giving this perspective. So it's shit I want to talk about from last week that I ain't got to. It's important topics, right? In conversations. Y'all should know by now. I don't jump on hot topics. I don't give no damn. I don't necessarily want to be the first to say something. Y'all funny. And I ain't got time to just be on live trying to beat a nigga to the punch. Yesterday, when it all came out, I was actually in class. Shout out to the boot camp. The boot camp in here tonight. Shout out to my students. So while everybody else was trying to beat me to the punch, Chris, I was actually in class with my students. We've been going on 3 weeks now. Shout out to the boot camp. I'm so proud to be able to say I got tons of more Black people to add to the online services to say that they can make money, right? They're getting their sites up for the holidays. They said we in here. So we was in class, y'all. So I didn't have time to beat nobody to the punch. You know, I was just doing what we was doing, trying to make a difference for real in people's lives. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's all. Shout out to the boot camp. I got some dope students, y'all. I'm excited to share all of their stuff with y'all. You know, along with the boot camp, I'm getting ready to market the heck out of everybody's stuff, right, for the holidays. And so let me make a couple of announcements and then we get into this conversation. Y'all ain't here deep, so let me get some rules. Y'all came in really fast. Usually it don't be this many people in here this fast. It take about 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, okay? So let me say something to my moderators. Tariq Machine people, we're not fucking with them, okay? We don't have time for this old ghetto ass man and all of his stupid followers. So if they come in here and say dumb stuff, we're done. We're moving on, okay? We moving on. I'm sick of Tariq's people. Y'all keep coming over on my comment section talking about, oh, you think you're better than everybody because you said Tariq's a high school dropout. He is. I am too. So what? I missed the whole point when I'm in y'all head. Let me tell you something. And I don't have time for these two-faced games. I really don't. Because Tariq talks about everybody. That's all he ever does is try to down people. I just like to be people's mirror. That's what I do in life. Shout out to the Pisces gang, right? I love to be somebody's mirror. I give you exactly what you give out and maybe a little 100 times more, right? But anytime he's upset with anybody, callers, followers, he talks about how you're ghetto. He'll call y'all Section 8 people. Like to down me, he said, this the ghetto bitch on Section 8. I've never been on Section 8 in my life, but I guess the question would be, what's wrong with people on Section 8? So if anybody in y'all feelings, y'all come around here and you're like, oh, you think you're better than Tariq? I do think I'm better than Tariq, but it's not because he's a high school dropout, okay? It's because he's here to play the Black community and I'm not. That's why I think I'm better than Tariq, okay? So stop with all this bullshit. I'm tired of y'all crying. Leave Tariq alone. Like, Tariq fucks with everybody. He's a bully on social media. He goes in on everybody. And when I go in, I go in full throttle. I don't give a fuck about your kids, your mom. I say a lot of shit that make y'all clutch y'all fucking pearls. Did she just say that? I did. So leave me alone because I'm not the one to be bullied. See, the thing is, if people want to start beefs with me, then when Mechee goes to respond, y'all be like, oh my God, Mechee, come on. You don't gotta do this. Where was all of that when people was messing with me and I was just minding my business? Y'all ain't over there saying that shit to him. So leave me the fuck alone, okay? I'm done dealing with Tariq stupid people. I'm not arguing with you about how, because he's a high school dropout, how is he not a historian? Because this nigga don't even know how to cite work, okay? Historians study history. And even though you don't need a degree for that, okay? You don't need a degree for it. No, I don't, okay? But what you do need is some expertise. And for a man who told Tone that he didn't know what the hell a sighting of work is, how do you study history if you don't work? Like, where do you get your history from, Tariq? Where did you come up with these notions? Can you please point us to the place you found it? Yeah. Following that juicy lip nigga, and I'm going to keep doing what I do. So we're not playing with Tariq's people in here tonight. You know what I'm saying? We got something to talk about. Go over there and listen to Tariq. I'm sure he talked on this topic, but I will say with confidence in my chest. He didn't talk to you like I'm about to talk to you about it. All he did was call a bunch of names and say, you know, we gotta stop letting people do us like this. You know, really, okay? He didn't give you no real perspective. He really didn't. He didn't break nothing down for you. So go over there and watch that nigga with your dumb ass and get out of my comment section. So let's be clear, we're not playing games tonight. Y'all be because we here to have a conversation about some real shit. Okay. The next thing I do want to say to everybody, from the emails, for those of you who are missed the boot camp class, there is another one. So in November, we will be starting another boot camp class, right? So for the people who did not get into this group, this boot camp will not be for resale on the site. The whole point of the boot camp, you guys, is so that we can do it together. That's part of why it's a boot camp. So if you want to watch recorded videos and do it on your own, you can go and watch all the recorded classes I already have on my website that teach you how to make money online and everything. I got plenty of students who take those and they will find on their own, right? But the boot camp is that we do it together. So these videos will only be available to the people who took the boot camp, right? The rest of you can't get it. But in November, there's one on the site, so we have another one coming. I need to breathe for like a week at least after this one is over, and then we'll start another one. Just so you guys know, in November, the boot camp that we'll be doing, we will be setting up a website doing dropship products, but I will also be touching on how you can build your own classes and courses, right? January is coming, new year, new you. And some of what I'm saying now is going to pertain to what we're talking about tonight in this ad. The society and the consumer's mind has already been primed for you, right? January is new year, everything I need new in my life, new, right? And so they're going to be looking for a lot of self-help, self-care, get better products, but they're going to be looking for classes and courses. Are you a vegan cook? Do you actually are you a trainer? Do you know how to take that online, right? Do you do yoga classes? Do you do self-defense classes? Do you teach music? Do you have cooking lessons, right? So understand that people are going to be looking for all of these things. They're going to venture into the hobbies they put down, all of the things they really didn't do. They're going to start. A lot of people ain't going to finish, but they're going to start. And you can thank society for priming everybody's mind for that. So they're already ready for you. So the boot camp in November will be like this when you have a website with dropshipping products. But for people who want to teach classes and courses, we will be going over that as well. Okay. What else? Oh, my classes that are online right now, everybody, I want to say this, I'm saying this in all seriousness. I love y'all, and my students will tell you I'm just telling the truth because this is what I teach my students. My prices is low as hell, and I don't mean to toot my horn. I get told this all the time. I actually be shocked. People be like, I paid $1,000, $900 to take a class, Mechee, and your class gave me more information than I've ever gotten from anything that I've done. My students say that. They can say it in the chat. I'm not saying this on my own. Y'all tell them, right? So my prices are fair as they are, but if y'all notice, they've been on sale for forever. I did that for y'all, okay? So even regular prices are still cheap. For example, the online streams of income class 1 teaches you like 7 ways to make money online. That class is normally $129. It's been $49 for forever, right? We even had a section $820 special. And Tariq was talking shit. So I want y'all to know that after this weekend, those prices are going back to the regular prices. Now, I'm not going to juke y'all and take up the $800. I'm not doing that. But I am taking it back to the original prices. And part of why I'm doing that, you guys, I've done this for years. And y'all, my peoples, I give that stuff to you guys for that reason. But as I tell my folks, you don't want to just siphon money out the Black community, right? So I would be putting money into marketing. And before I go in and doing all of that, right, y'all can get them prices. But my prices is fair as fuck as they already is. But to expound in my marketing and bring in people who are not you guys, I'm taking my prices where they're supposed to be. So I'm telling y'all one last time, if you want it for the low, it's already low. Y'all got till Monday. Taking my prices back to the original. You guys have been asking me, Mechee, we're not in the boot camp. How can I get in your business directory for you to market my business for the holiday season? Which means I'm gonna market your business starting next week after the boot camp is over, and it will be all the way to the last day of the year. So I will be marketing your stuff for you. You should be marketing it for yourself, right? So you can go on the site and check that out. I do have, y'all been asking me. So there is a package for those of you who do not do the boot camp, because the marketing for you guys comes with the boot camp, right? Even in January, you'll get 3 months of marketing from me. And so anyway, there is that there for you guys that keep asking. The last thing is me, and so we finally have it. Y'all like, Mechee, do you do a mentorship program? So I do now. But let me be very specific about this mentorship program, okay? It's only 10 spots. Let me take that back. It's only 7 now, because some of the people that I do consultation with have already booked their spots. So it's only 7 spots, okay? Of course, it's not as expensive as these other people out here. You don't need your whole life savings. But the mentorship program lasts 3 months, right? We will meet once a week. All of us, the 10 of them and myself, we will also connect together in a group so that we can be a network to each other, right? We will set goals every week. You will have a direct number to me. 6 days a week. One day, y'all gotta let me have some people, okay? So 6 days a week, you can call me. We're gonna figure out whatever it is you need to do in life. Y'all ask me a lot
format
of
for what?
Our organization.
She had this class.
It's gonna be with me for 3 months. You definitely need to have a business started. You will have access to all of the classes that are on my site. You will have access to me, right? We go. We'll make sure we get it done. You have 3 months for us to get you where you need to be, whether that's more confident, you want to speak more, you know what I'm saying? You want to understand spirituality, you want to get your business together. Any of those things y'all been asking me to mentor y'all in, it's all there, right? And you're gonna have a direct number to me again. That's why it's only 10 people. I don't need numbers. I need people who are serious so that we can really make this, happen. And so I would probably do these mentorship groups, in a couple of years. The Black Agenda will be back. We're actually looking for a place right now. My 10 students, my mentees, while my special guest is the Black Agenda. And of course, we're going to shop about all of the stuff we will accomplish. I also will be sharing my network of people with you. And don't share my network with everybody. And that, if I have somebody who's a really great web designer or they do things for me, look, if I give them to all of y'all, they don't have time for me, right? They don't have time for me. And so they can only take on so many people. So you will have access to that as well. So you guys can go over to the website. All of that is over there. All that y'all been asking me. So go check it out, right? Whether you want to get the classes or whatever. In the boot camp. And let me say this. Don't forget either, you guys, if you have a business and you have a video, you have a visual, you have a commercial, you have a TikTok. If you have a visual, give it to me, right? I would play. We have a Black business video directory on MX Network. There is no charge for that. You can send me your commercial. You can send me your TikTok, right? You can send that to me if it is promoting your business. We will put it in that section. So anybody who is on MX Network, they can always, we pride ourselves in being a network that brings solutions. We have that section. You can go watch all the commercials. Everybody in that section is a Black-owned business. If you are a Black-owned business, send me the video, right? To my email, not the real Mechee@gmail. Go over to mxnetworktv.com. There is, I believe it's MX Network submit, but go over to mxnetworktv.com, and at the bottom of our contact page, send it to that email, okay? And we'll put it up there. Just send us. You have to have a visual, okay? So I think that's about it as far as the business stuff, you guys. Let me see. Somebody said I need all that, Mechee. Shut up, Sid. Shout out to Sid. Y'all might be Sid. Sid is the man with the master plan. That's the trademark man right there. Y'all better put some respect on his name. Yeah, y'all proud of you too. Y'all keep on messing with Mechee. Great team. Y'all do me a favor. Y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, all of that good stuff, right? Hit the notification bell. They be hating, so you can get into the email list. I sent out an email, right? So people got emails tonight to say that I was live and everything like that. So you can also go get the email list over at the real MecheeX.com. Okay. So I think some of the notifications might have went out. Or maybe it's that I sent everything out. But you guys, let's have this conversation. What y'all think about this ad? How many of y'all seen it? I did send it out of my email. Of course, I can't play it here. I guess I can find a page on YouTube and share. But y'all all should have seen it by now. Okay? You all should have seen it by now. But this video is no surprise, right? It's no surprise they do this stuff all of the time. But I want to talk about it because I thought it was really funny. I put it up and some people gave me some pushback. I had somebody in here yesterday in the comment section who was like, You're disrespectful for assuming this ad is for the black community. How do you know it's not for the LGBTQ community? And it's like, if you just watch the video, shut up. We gonna get there. It's for all of that. Okay? So first of all, I want to throw something out there. We're going to come back to it in a minute because I'm going to break this down and we're going to walk this thing out. How many of you remember backs that thing up? Y'all remember that? When they took Juvenile? See, what they do is they take these old outdated rappers that nobody listens to, that need a bag. A lot of times, they don't even know that they're working against their people. They just want to take a bag. See, sometimes black folks that work against us know exactly what they're doing. Sometimes they're just willing to take a bag, and you know what? The government of white supremacy loves a black person who's willing to do that. And so you got Juvenile in there. They, he ready to take a bag or something. So he, did the backstab thing up, right? And they were talking about getting bags that in order for you to have sex and stuff, right? Now, how many of you remember that was from a dating app? Okay. Well, this ad is from a dating app as well. Okay, it's called Black. And we're going to get into that dating app. Who owned it, right? And who made it? So somebody was like, how you know it's the Democrats? Well, I'm going to tell you the thing that told me it was the Democrats long before I ever went into the research on it. First of all, I already researched these websites and they did back that thing up, and I already knew who did it, right? But I'm going to tell you what you didn't pay attention to in the commercial. So I want to break down to y'all some subliminals that are used. We talk all the time about media and how powerful it is, right? As a weapon to condition people. So there was some subliminals in that commercial. And so y'all saw a lot of red and a lot of blue. So why would I think that it was for the Democrats? Why?
Why you push?
Because somebody could say, well, they hit red on in the video too. They just telling you to vote. Let me tell you why, okay? Because they do have a lot of red and they have blue in the video. But they have people with blue and red shirts standing in line to go and vote. Yes, they had people, they had that big old red curtain behind the Supreme Court, right? That was more about power. Colors represent things. Even in marketing, they do. Trust me, colors mean things. Look at all of the restaurants that you eat at. A lot of them are yellow and red. Think of Burger King, think of McDonald's, think of Chick-fil-A. These colors incite hunger, okay? But it also represents power and things of that nature. It just depends on where you place it, right? But red represents power and things of that nature. You can get away with it because it's red, white, and blue. So, it's America. Pay attention to the signs that they have. The signs in their hand that saying no voting, no bucking, right? Those are all blue. The colors on them never change. They do not mix the colors on the signs at all, nor on the shirts that they have on, okay? So you have to understand that subliminally, when you think of a campaign, a political campaign being run, right? And you're talking about who it is you're voting for and who your party is, what do you see? You see signs in the front yard. You see people on corners holding signs as they're making noise and lobbying and telling you, you know what I'm saying, vote for this person. When a person is voting for a certain party, they wear it on their shirts. So the two most common things that subconsciously, whether you know it or not, associating your brain and your subconscious, you don't have to think it forwardly in your brain. You don't have to say, oh, they put the blue on the sign. You don't have to see it that way. In your subconscious, the very thing that you are going to associate with a party is all in blue in that commercial. So for somebody to say, well, they had all colors, so they really weren't trying to. So see, this is what it is. They're trying to be slick because they're not trying to say that you should vote any way or the other. Because see, we're going to go down this rabbit hole, and I'm going to show you that there is a company owned by a billionaire white man who runs this damn company, right? And so they have lobbyists for their business. So when they're doing this, they don't want to come out and say, I'm for one party or the other. They are, but they do it in a very sneaky way. So they just make it seem like, oh, we're just telling everybody to go vote. We're not saying one party or the other. We're just helping to get people to go and vote. Now, let me ask y'all this, though. Why is it that they couldn't have a commercial if they want to get the black vote, right? And they're telling black people to vote. Why is it that they couldn't just simply do a commercial? And if it was a dating app and they want to associate it to dating, why couldn't they just simply do something like when you're dating on a dating app, You shouldn't date somebody. Have you talked to them and asked them, do they vote? More importantly, if they vote, do you have the conversations with the people you like or meet on this app instead of just, talking about dating? What do you think about requiring candidates to give us the thing that we need in our community? The Black community is the most devastated. So, you know what I'm saying? They're not telling you go vote. And in voting, these are the things that our community deals with. The Black community is the most devastated in this country. Make sure you understand your local politicians so that you can get the politicians that matter for your community, right? Make sure you go vote. Or they couldn't give us that because we just tripe. Everybody else get that shit. Am I lying? Think about it. Think about all the other commercials you see. They telling you about the politicians. They're telling you about who's for, fresh air and motherfucking toilet paper on the shelves and who the fuck gonna do this and do that to your school, right? They tell you to make sure that you get the most qualified candidate. Why we gotta just make sure you go out and vote? So you can't give us no real things to vote for. You can't tell us to make sure that we vote in the local elections and things of that nature because it helps to change our communities, especially since we're the most affected. See, can't nobody do no campaign like that and be honest with Black people about Black people issues. You give us backing that thing up to get a vax, right? You give us no voting, no budget. And I want y'all to listen to some other subliminals in this commercial, right? So, y'all not gonna believe me now, but you'll see later on, okay? There's a part in the commercial when the guy in the dress, the girl, guy, thing, whatever, right? He got nails longer than mine. So him in the video, he's rapping and he gets to this part at the end and he talking about voting or whatever. That's his name, Saucy. Okay, well, whatever, Saucy. Okay. So anyway, Saucy is rapping. And Saucy is talking about voting, and he has a line at the end, and don't quote me because it ain't like this my jam, you know what I'm saying? But he said something to the effect of tapping that ass, right? That this is what you got to do if you want to tap that ass. Now, where I'm from, if you was tapping ass, you was talking about getting with a girl, right? You was talking about the girls behind that. Y'all be laughing, but I want y'all to I'm serious as fuck. So I want you to know that eventually tapping ass is not going to be a lingo at all for men with women. I'm just throwing another little subliminal out there that's out there, right? Tapping ass is what it means. You're literally trying to get with a guy.
No
so some of y'all gonna be looked at different until you learn the new lingo and you be like, yeah, I tap that ass. People gonna be looking at you like, what's a, they change your pronouns and everything else. That's not gonna any longer relate to a woman. That's what have everything to do with a guy. That's why he said it, right? Because that's what he has to tap is the ass. We're just being real, okay? Then you have Trina that comes up, and Trina is up here rapping. And did you guys listen to her verse?
Nasty
Please, somebody
bitch.
tell this old hoe to go sit down. Okay?
Nasty ass bitch.
I mean, I'm tired of all the over-sexuality in our communities and things of that nature. But one thing I really hate is the old hoe. See, at 43, I don't go to the club with my homegirls because I don't want to be the old hoe in the club. Like, who the fuck need to be in the club at 43? If you twerking at 43, if you in these age, like go sit your ass down, Trina. Go sit your ass the fuck down. She sits up here and she says that something about busting it open on the pole. She say busting open. She says something about opening her legs wide on the pole. First of all, we do know that all races of people have strippers. All races of people have strippers. But we gonna act like only Black women strip, right? But she says she opens her legs wide, and then the next thing she says is she says something about universal health care. Mm-hmm. So and I want you to hit the subliminals, and she's saying this shit while she's right in front of what's supposed to be the Supreme Court. So what do you think they're saying? Like, what did the Supreme Court just do, when it comes to the abortion situation? And she's literally saying that anybody can get it. So now Black women are going to open their legs and anybody can get it. So we're universal coochie around this mug because anybody can get it. What, Trina? Shut the fuck up. And then you say this and then you bring up healthcare in your next line, universal healthcare, because what you're saying is I should be able to let everybody up inside of me and I should be able to do whatever I want to do. I should be able to go get an abortion. I should be able to do whatever because anybody can get it. So anything that come along with that, there's a health issue or a baby, we should have the right to do what we want to do. Y'all didn't catch that subliminal? That's why she's saying that verse in front of the goddamn Supreme Court. So they have black women out here acting like this is what the fuck is okay with us. Like we want you to allow us to have these abortions because we're the ones that need these abortions the most. And anybody can get it. We're gonna open our legs wide and anybody can get it. Really, I want y'all to go back and listen to the verse if you did. Like this is the most trifling thing that I have ever. No, I'm taking back. It's not the most trifling thing. They do this shit all the time. And this is what she's talking about in this song. I want you to also pay attention to the subliminal of this, right? That there is no real male representation for the black community in this as well. There is a woman and there is a guy who thinks he's a woman. A black man being effeminized as a fucking girl. And you can feel how you want to feel. I'm going to say this shit all the time. You could be gay. You could be gay all you want, bro. I have plenty of people in the LGBTQ community that follow me. My daughter is in the LGBTQ community, okay? So this has nothing to do with that. But at the end of the day, you could like men and be a man and still be a man. Like, I get too through when y'all want to walk around here with all these nails on and you got on a dress and you want to fight like a girl. Like, that just, can you just be a gay guy that likes guys? Like, if you're a man and you like a man, that means you're a man that acts like a man, looks like a man, is a man, and you like another manly man. Like, I like men. So if you're a gay man, you should like the kind of men that I like. Right? I like men. So I'm not understanding why you have to put on a dress. Can you just be gay and be a man that's gay? But you have to put on a dress. And you have to over-exaggerate. You guys are fucking caricatures of black women. Even black women don't do all of that shit y'all be doing. Girl, let me tell you, and pull over there. We don't do that shit. We don't fucking do that. Y'all over-exaggerated characters of what you think a woman is, a black woman. So this is what they got. They're going to give you a guy and they want you to know he's a man. Because even if they're going to give you a tranny, right, that's a trans woman or whatever, and think that they're a woman now, at least they be all the way dressed up. They gave you the nigga with the nails, the lip gloss, and the fucking beard and the fade because they want you to know he's a guy. And then the one guy that they show you in the video that looks to seem to be a heterosexual black man, he's being looked at like just a sexual object, right? And I want you to notice when he comes on, watch this very carefully. When Trina is rapping her part, they show little dumb shit like people being in line. When Saucy is rapping that fucking dumbass verse he rapped, that's when they show the guy that's supposed to be heterosexual. But he's lifting his shirt up as though he's a sexual object. He's doing all this and taking a picture on the phone while we got this guy, Saucy, talking about being on a date now. So even when you show the black man that looks like he's not gay, he's not any of those things, you still have him being rapped to and bring him up at the part of the commercial where it's the trans man rapping to him. And for as much as they put black women on display as though they're sexual objects, they do the same thing to black men too. So now either you're supposed to be a fruity ass man that done turned into a fucking woman, right? Or either you're the guy who's on the down low on these dating apps who is getting with the guy who's a girl. You see? No real representation and no real damn men. You know, there's no other group that would let them do this shit to us. No other group. But we'll take the money. We'll put that shit up there. And this is the crazier thing. They talk about go and vote. Shouldn't everybody be interested in voting? Right? Shouldn't kids understand how important it is to vote? And this is what they're saying, right? When teenagers are in school, they should know that when you turn 18, you should register to vote, right? So why are they making this song with such raunchy lyrics? And then you playing the shit like it's really something that need to be out there on TV. So now we're going to have 5-year-old girls singing Trina's part.
That was wrong as hell, though.
That's what I'm trying to think about that.
Okay.
And why does everything have to be raunchy? I don't understand how we don't see it for those that don't see it. Now I know there's plenty of y'all that do, but you do understand that this is the same shit from the plantation. They are sexualizing women as though black women are good for just breeding. Breeding. Make us the most slaves, because you do understand that when black women have babies, if they want you not to take care of them, they want you to not want them, they want you to not be able to get an abortion and let them just be, because it's your babies who will fill the prisons, which is the plantation, who will fill the organ trafficking, who will fill the sex trafficking. So black women having babies is still breeding just like on a plantation. We just want you to create more babies that are in dysfunction so that we can take those babies and we can funnel them to all of the oppressive systems that we need to be run by human bodies. This is what they do. And so it's okay to project black women in this way. That we got our legs open, anybody can get it. And we need universal health care so that we can abort these babies after we finish giving it to everybody. Even with the abortions, they love black women to have abortions. They take every piece of that baby's body, that fetus, and they do something with it. They make more money off that fetus that comes out of that black woman than they ever do off charging her for the abortion she gets. Black bodies, dead, alive, or even half fucked away created, they're all valuable and worth something. You think we're not valuable? We're the most valuable commodity in this country. We keep every system going. Stay sick so we can funnel that money to the fucking pharmaceutical companies. Stay sick so we can funnel all of that money in these tax dollars to this Medicaid and this poor health care they said that they give you. Stay sick. Stay illiterate. Stay not knowing. Stay in these ghetto states so that we can keep y'all committing crime and we can shuffle you off to the prisons where we can have you doing free labor. We talked about that on the last video. We're the smallest population in this country, yet we are the biggest within the prisons. That is not happenstance. That's not circumstances. That is all by design. And I don't know if y'all get it that this commercial actually plays a part into that design. Some people are like, well, how the fuck does this fill the prisons? I told y'all it's a recipe. And the cake not rising yet. We just if you're a real cake baker in here and anybody cook right, you know that when you make a cake, they got these special non-stick pans. But when you're really making a cake, you gotta put the oil in there, right? And you gotta flour your cake and tap the flour all the way around it. Like they just flour in the pan. They haven't even put the cake batter in. It hasn't even risen in the oven. You ain't worried about whether it fall or not. It ain't no frosting on this motherfucker yet. But it all plays into the formula that gets black people in the situation that they have us in. Like, really, it's time for us to wake up. I don't know if we need to slap the shit out of a bunch of people. Like, I'm all down with that. If you go start slapping people, though, just don't be like, well, Mechee sent me to slap them. And you slapping people saying I encouraged it. So can we just all be on the same stage so we can start slapping at the same time? Like, don't go without. Just let me know when we all in uniform. I'm okay with slapping. But there's other ways to deal with it, too. But sometimes slapping is the best. Okay? Sometimes. But I don't understand why we continue to support these things. I don't understand why we support these artists or anybody else. You do know that everybody that you see in these situations, we make them. Now I be on social media and I'm seeing the saucy dude, right? On World Star Hip Hop and everything else. It is the community that pumps that nigga's head up. You do know he's somebody because y'all fucking made him somebody. And I don't mean just the people in this chat, because I ain't making ass nobody. But we do understand that the people that we give the attention and the credit to, they have these platforms because we give it to them. You give them the attention, you give them the views. You go over to somebody speaking some real truth and go to Saucy page. Saucy probably got how many subscribers Saucy got? Tell me, so that I can go look at some people who are out here speaking some truth and who are doing work in the community. You know the sad part is Saucy ass probably got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, if not a million, and New Era Detroit can't get 100,000. Now, really want to say something bad, but then y'all gonna be mad at me and somebody gonna report it to YouTube, so I can't say the word. I got another one. So you mean to tell me these fucking deeds that they can walk around here in the black community and have more goddamn credit and more viewers and more clout than heterosexual black men who are out here in the damn community doing the work, raising black children, loving on their black queens, creating black families, but they can't get no life. You have to stop and ask yourself, black community, who the fuck is allowing this stuff to happen? Y'all want to follow the trend. Ain't you the one that put my own whole ass up?
The advanced healthcare director.
And I'm serious here tonight. It might not make a big impact, but why don't you go and follow all of them?
Yeah. You want that? You want to be resuscitated?
No.
We allow these people to have a voice. We allow them to speak for us. And I think that it's sorry and sad that we sit and get up offended about it, but we understand that, like Dorothy in this motherfucker, you have the power to click your heels and go home the whole motherfucking time.
So
you know why? Because I watched us cancel people for all kinds of stuff. I watched us not like people, not talk to people. They platforms go all the way down. When we was mad and at first we was boycotting the Super Bowl, that shit hurt their pockets. It did. This is why they had to go get Jay-Z and some other people on board to get the black folks to come back. So we have already had experiences that tell us that we have the ability and the power, if we all get mad enough together, to cancel these things that act like they represent us, but they don't. So the question is why we keep letting them do it. See, I'm going to tell you who made this commercial. And I'm going to tell you why they made it. And I'm going to run you down there, but I'm going to come back to you and completely say to us in the black community, even though I can tell you who made it and why they made it, the bottom line is we want to let the shit keep happening. We do. If black people didn't pay attention to this shit or they didn't support these people, guess what? If you know why they pay them all this money. They pay them all of this money because they know the audience they have is a black audience. So they look and they say, wow, this person is really popular with a lot of black people. So because we want to get black people's attention, let's go get this entertainer. Which plays into what I said the other day. Somebody said, stop hating on Tariq. Honeybee, fuck you and fuck Tariq. And somebody can get you up out the chat. I told you I'm not playing these games with Tariq people tonight. So since you want to bring up Tariq, let's talk about that. This is why I brought this shit up the other day. I need us to not fucking be worried about entertainers. When you're an entertainer and you are out here entertaining and shucking and jiving and you out here entertaining people, we sit down and get popcorn to your shit. We sit down here, you have no real solutions. You have no real track record of doing anything in the fucking community, small or big. Y'all need to shut them people down and stop letting them be the voice or telling you what the fuck you're supposed to do. Trina and Saucy, Tariq neither, don't have no motherfucking credibility in the departments they be trying to speak on. Are you going to the fucking heart doctor for your teeth? No, you're not. You're gonna go see the dentist for your teeth. Oh, but the heart doctor talk a good game. They got a popping ass YouTube page. They got a popping ass Instagram. Why you don't want to go see them? Because bitch, they not qualified in the thing that I am looking for.
Hours.
What?
You're gonna be in surgery for 3.5 hours.
Let me ask you another question. Name me one. Can y'all do this? That's my question. Can you do this? Can you name me one white superstar, Asian superstar that speak on the behalf of their people when it comes to politics? Or do they pull out the professors, the people who've been working in politics for years, who have ideas of what's going on? They have knowledge in their field. They have been doing this work for a long time. They understand the severity and the seriousness and all the aspects of what's going on. When they bring their people to the table, they bring qualified people. When the fuck are we as black people gonna stop letting them bring the court gestures before us to speak on our fucking behalf.
What about that? I don't know.
Entertaining is good, but do what you do.
So yeah, my chance probably need to be charged. You ain't used it.
And somebody said Kid Rock. First of all, you're not going to tell me that they brought Chris Rock out to speak on a topic that he was not educated in or anything of that nature. No, they're not going to sit there and tell you that. They're not bringing Chris Rock to a fucking a hearing with the Senate to come in and speak about the things that white America needed. They didn't bring him in for that. So please stop. You don't see them on these panels. And then, let's go back and let's change it. If you do see a motherfucker that's an entertainer that decided to go into politics, they actually took some time and studied what politics was. They usually took some time off. They're not a superstar rapper anymore, or they're not an actor anymore. And then they changed their lives to study politics. And even when they ran for that office, like Arnold Schwarzenegger or whatever, that was something that they went into doing. Nobody brought him just because he was a fucking actor. Oh, could you just please be in this position? They had him be in that position and he ran for it because he decided to switch what he did in life. But he went and got educated in that field. He went and did what he had to do so that he could represent. So please don't fucking conflate the two. You can make the excuse if you want. Niggas is the only one with videos with men in dresses and women promoting hoism every time they want to give something to us. That tells you what they think about us. But more importantly, I done told y'all about the dial test. So what the fuck does that say we think about ourselves? So when we're constantly watching all of this shit do nothing but project sex onto our community. Black women are no good for sex, and men, if you ain't wearing a dress, we don't give a fuck about you either. So if that's what continues to be projected to our community, you don't see how much of that actually rides in our community, is in our subconscious, and becomes who the fuck we are, and this is why we run around doing what we're doing.
Oh, too much message to spam.
No, it's not this.
Again, here comes somebody. Somebody said Trump was the epitome of the entertainer. Y'all want to keep making excuses, huh?
You said what?
And y'all want to keep giving me somebody else who was a governor. Do you see Trina or the fucking Saucy Santana running for any of these offices? Y'all just be trying to. I don't understand. You black people in my chat that are making this comment because you actually don't understand the context of what's being said, and y'all keep bringing this up. Again, at the end of these points, didn't these people change what they did to let that be their position? Is Trina running for governor? Is Saucy Santana getting ready to be the next district attorney in your office? Is he running for mayor? No, he's not. They used him to get people's attention. And no, you keep giving me people that white folks used to be entertainers, and in the second half of their life, they decided to go into politics, and they went and became qualified and ran for the stuff they wanted to do. We're not talking about the same thing. None of these people, they brought Cardi B. Do you remember that? To have a conversation with Biden. Is Cardi B running for anything? Does she have anything she can offer to the conversation at all? Like, and it's these comments that really, it's like, what the fuck be wrong with y'all? It's black people in here, y'all really arguing me down. You have never, ever, ever, ever fucking seen them take white people and make them sing about songs in a trifling manner. See, this is the thing. You can't even go find no fucking trifling ass songs about white people. Give me the white song where they calling their women bitches and hoes, where the women are just talking about we're nothing but sex. Go, first of all, go find that artist first. That music is on the radio, and then show me where white politicians bring them and make them gesture and play these games for white votes. Go find it for me, since you're so smart, you dumb in the chat. See, this is where y'all say we gotta have unity. I don't like every black person. I don't. I don't. And y'all don't either, so we gonna stop playing this fake ass shit, okay? We don't all gotta get along. For some of y'all niggas, I can't stand. You'll keep waiting because you're not gonna find any of those things I just said. Okay? If you're going to check this out. If you're gonna bring me somebody that was a star, right? And they were doing these things, and you want to bring me a white person, you want to equate it, I'm going to give you a perfect person in our community you can equate those white people to. It wouldn't be Trina. It wouldn't be Saucy. It would be Angela Stanton. Angela Stanton wrote a book. Angela Stanton was on reality TV. But then Angela Stanton decided to do some work in her community. So she went and got educated in that field, and she decided to run for an office. That is not the same thing as a black entertainer twerking with a vote sign on their ass and talking about how sexual they are to get your votes. Please quit conflating the two. So, Arnold Schwarzenegger and all these people you're talking about coming to be governors, if you're going to align them evenly, do you niggas understand context? Obviously, y'all don't. Please get out my chat, because I know I cuss and y'all think I'm ghetto, but, you know, some stuff is just, I need somebody to have context. I don't like talking to dumb people, especially when somebody's making it so plain for your ass. If you have a 5-year-old watching this show right now, they can follow me along and y'all still come with these damn, you know, excuses. Context. If you showed me the Arnold Schwarzenegger that was a star and he went into politics, I'll show you Angela Stanton. So let's keep them equal and on the same playing field, right? If I show you Saucy Santana, and if I show you Trina, who are just stars, twerking and being stupid, or Juvenile with that thing up, making it about sex, you cannot find me the equal in the white community to that. You're a fucking liar, okay? Now is that as plain as it can be, or you just want to stay there?
I'm sorry, I was just tired. I'm hurting.
Y'all see how we can't get nowhere, right? There's people in the chat who want to disagree and want to get things out of left field that don't even compare to the thing that I'm talking about. Like they just want to say that this is not. I would need everybody. It was a couple. You was being right. Go ahead and vote. Saucy Santana wants you to hit it, and he wants you to hit it and split it. Then after that, you can go stick it in Trina because anybody can get it, right? And then you can cry about all the abortions you want the chicks to have while you lay your dirty dick all over the community. Because you seem to agree with this dumb shit. Okay? I'm just saying, y'all over here making excuses and shit. I don't understand. It's grown ass men in the chat, black men, and you arguing about it. Well, nigga, do you want Saucy?
You got it. You got it.
You must be on black app. You be on black dating app.
You
said Saucy. You wait for it. Mechee don't talk about him. You that download nigga, they trying to say all brothers is like in the community. Either you're in a dress or you want the man in a dress. Y'all didn't catch that subliminal. You the nigga on the phone lifting up your shirt. That's you. Get your dumb ass out my chat. I don't have no tolerance. I don't. You know what I'm saying? We have too many people who are stupid in our community, and we all not gonna make it. I want to talk to people who are thinkers. I want to talk to the folks who want to do something with this information, and they're going to take it and run with it and give it to other people, and they're going to awaken themselves. I don't have time for the people who just want to be dumb. Like, some of y'all will get left behind, and I'm okay with that. I'm not coming to save none of y'all. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. For all of y'all who don't want to listen, for people who don't got no guns, like I've been telling you, for those of you ain't paying attention that there are rolling power outages. Like, what happened to the power go out when y'all still ain't got no generators like I keep telling y'all? Y'all got y'all survival supplies? You know how to use a gun in this motherfucker? You know how to grow something in the ground? You know how to defend yourself? You know, all these things that we talk about. If you learn how to start your business stuff, like, for those of y'all that don't want to come along, just stay over there. But when shit hit the fan, do not come looking for me because I don't have no extra shit with you for me and my motherfucking family. I don't have no extra bullets to protect you. I don't have no extra nothing for you. Right? Because you take everything somebody tell you as a joke. It's a joke till the shit hit the fan. See, I'm waiting until Trump get back in the office. Y'all ready for a civil war?
Nigga ain't getting back in office That's why it's gonna
You
be.
keep laughing if you want to. Right? That's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on that. I actually want to see Trump get back in the White House because you know, like how they watch black people and we be fighting and shit. They be like, this is entertaining. Look at the niggas online fighting with each other. Like I like to watch Trump getting everybody ass. I'm waiting for the new election year. I want to see Trump be in the office because I know the fact that they doing him like they doing him, and he get in and he like, this is my one last time. After this, I'm out of here. It's gonna cause all hell for 4 years. This shit is gonna be so entertaining. He is gonna take down every politician he can. Trump might even give us reparations just to piss them niggas off. I am excited to see what this next election season will bring. I'm ready. I'm ready. This shit is gonna be interesting. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to watch it. I don't care who get in the office, but I think if Trump be in the office, it's gonna be a much better and more interesting, 4 years. I'm ready. I want to see this shit. The stocks will probably go back up as well. Business will be booming for everybody. The economy will probably stabilize a little bit because he's a businessman. He paid attention in politics. None of this shit was going on when he was in there. Biden got in, everything turned upside down. This is what the Democrats do all the goddamn time, right? But yeah. So I'm waiting to see that. I want to see these folks fight with each other on a political, astronomical, I'm the president level. This shit is gonna be great. I don't know if they're gonna go back to the Capitol and try to burn shit down. I don't know, but I'm ready to see it all. Right? That's all I'm saying. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to see it. Okay. But the gas prices go down. And money gonna go up, stock gonna go up. Y'all better get some stocks down because when Trump get in office, it's going up, baby. If y'all don't understand that, maybe you should go and understand politics a little bit more, right? If you don't understand that. Speaking of that, let me throw this out there too. I saw Angela did a short video. I didn't get to watch it, and I know she did do something on it. I wasn't able to go and speak with her today. She asked me because I had to do this live. But y'all know Biden is trying to let's talk because that's the same sense of this. Biden is trying to give us some little doo-doo that ain't worth nothing, right? He's out here trying to make people think that he's gonna do something to send people home who have convictions for marijuana and stuff like that. But if you really pay attention to what Angela break it down for you, and she'll let you know, like, this is not a definite thing. It's a recommendation. It's not necessarily going to help majority of Black people. And my question would be, how long they been talking about changing the marijuana laws? I thought they had been turning those things around, but it seems like nobody is getting let out. Right? So again, we're at this mid part, and they're making these old bullshit ass illusions. They're gonna promise you, like Biden's talking about, okay, let's do the student loans. Now they're like, oh, well, if it's in a private institution, can't might not help you then, right? Now he's over here talking about, oh, we gonna let everybody out of jail that had charges of marijuana under a certain amount, but then it's not, he hasn't enacted it in the way that an executive order is just a recommendation. But Black people will hear that and will be like, oh, he's doing something for us. No, he's not. If you look at the laws and you look at the statistics, if the thing that he's recommending actually goes through, it'll probably not help as many Black people as you think. It'll let more white people out of jail. So pay attention to them things, y'all. And we're gonna go down this road now. Let's find out who owns this company, right? My question is too, we got to be offended by this shit. Like, we need to find out who the company is, and we need to just go at their necks. Y'all all need to get off these dating apps, get the fuck back in the life, learn how to talk to somebody and shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, girl, you look beautiful today. Women stop acting like men, can't give you a compliment, or they doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Get back to meeting people the regular way. I would boycott these fucking apps. Because the person who owns this one owns them all. He owns them all. And even they did the backstab thing up. I want you to think about that. Why do you think that Black people needed a commercial to be vaxxed up? Like, if that was supposed to be something about everybody in the country and it was something necessary for everybody to do, how come they didn't do one for Christian Mingle? Because they own that too. How come they didn't do one for Tinder? Because they own that too. How come they only gave us something to sexualize Black people and tell Black people you should go out here and you should get this vax? They didn't do that for nobody else, just us. You know, it's funny because when they was talking about needing the vaccine, the vaccine was for the kids or whatever, they had billboards with just black babies and stuff on it. I ain't never seen a time in this country where they act like they gave a damn about black people so much in our health. And now look at all the problems that's coming out from all of this, right? They're always trying to feed us this shit. Anybody in here, y'all be on a dating app, black? You should get off of it now. But black is a dating app, y'all. Teach this to my students in my business class. We need to stop always just saying we want the black community's money. You know how many people that are not black that venture into businesses that are given to black people, but they're not black at all and they don't care anything but about the dollar. Right? So instead of like making some really black empowered, workout clothes, I want you to let Becky be in your yoga pants as well too, right? Siphon her money out of her community as well. See, that's what they do to us. 90%, maybe 80%, I would say, of the businesses you see online that project black stuff, but it's a brand, but it doesn't show a face. Usually white people or a non-black person owns it. All of these businesses online, and you'll go order a shirt that says Black Power, Black Queen, Black King. You're spending all that money on this dope ass t-shirt. It's not black owned. But they know there's an audience for it. They know that black people will buy it, so let's give black people what they need so that we can siphon money from them, right? They do this all the time, and I wish that we would learn to do this shit more. BET is not black owned. Black Entertainment Television, BET is not black owned at all. They have black faces that run it, so you can think that it's about black people, but it's not. So how do we have a black entertainment television and it's run by people who aren't black? How is that really entertainment for us? Because they're giving us and projecting to us what they think black people should be. This is why BET, all you see is nothing but raunchy ass awards and entertainers is always projecting that Jesus shit on you. They want you to see the movies where it's always a nigga just getting out of jail and he go to Jesus because they want you to think Jesus is your savior and your answer. They always got the story about the baby mama. Meet somebody that's a bum nigga and get married. They always got a motherfucking address like Medea. These are the movies that they give us. Like they, dating issues and relationships. Like nothing to empower anybody black. So how they black entertainment television and they're projecting to us what they want us to see. And they're not us. So before we go into this man, let me bring up something too. And for all of Tariq's followers in here talking about you hating on Tariq, let me throw this out there as well. You seen this commercial. Now you do know who big up this commercial. Revolt. I just want y'all to let that sink in for a minute. Revolt. Revolt did a whole piece on how this was put together, this campaign from the black, Diddy, Puff Daddy, yeah. So, you dig, see, that big lip juicy nigga over there that's always using that mouth to talk about everybody else instead of minding his own business. He was over there talking about how he the man and popping his fucking collar or getting his drawers out his girl ass so that he could talk about how he doing things. I told y'all he wants to become the next Tamika Mallory. So he's like, yo, we out here doing stuff on reparations. We were doing reparations. I was on a panel on Revolt this weekend. I don't give a fuck. Because Revolt brought up a whole article about saucy booty ass Montana and Trina doing this commercial for black people as though it was good. They weren't talking about reparations. But you got niggas online who want to pop their collar because they were sitting on a panel on Revolt Network. So what? See, the problem with Diddy is Diddy don't understand the real issues that's going on. Diddy just want $1. So what happens is they come along, they give Diddy some money, and he like, yo, this marketing, can we play our commercial for black people on your network? And Diddy like, yeah, because he don't even see how it's a problem. But he willing to take that check. That's the problem. But you got people on here like Tariq bragging because he was sitting on fucking on the revolt having on a panel. So what? Right along with you talking, you dig ass with that lace front you got on. I should take a intermission, y'all. Ooh, I should show y'all these pictures of Tariq with his forehead painted that I got. Because nigga, that is a lace front you have on your head on my mama. Mama, if you watch it, you know I'm not putting nothing on you that I ain't sure about because mama, I love you. Okay? I should take an intermission like a commercial and pull up these pictures and show y'all this picture of Tariq outside in the sun with his hairline painted the fuck on. It's a lace front, y'all. It's a lace front. It is a fucking lace front. I swear to God, it is. And I'm serious. I don't even mean to be laughing because I'm fucking serious. And he's sitting up there on this fucking panel talking about your dig, I'm doing big things for reparations. You sitting on a fucking Democratic platform, nigga, who don't care about the black community. You know, them same people who rub elbows with Tamika Mallory, right? And one of y'all said in here the other day was like, why she didn't say nothing about Teslin? I don't even know who the fuck Teslin is, but I recently found out who Teslin was, okay? Ain't nobody fucking scared of Teslin either. I ain't saying shit about it because I don't know the motherfucking lady. But Teslin is apparently one of the right-hand men to Tariq, or woman, right? She helps Tariq in the community. Teslin fucking be out here working with Tamika Mallory. That's her girl. I told you this nigga trying to be the next Tamika Mallory. So she out here running with Tamika Mallory, and I think her right hand that she works with is Crump. So she worked with Crump. She be big up in Diddy. She hang the fuck out with Tamika Mallory. And you niggas is asking me why I won't speak on her? I could say plenty about her, and I don't have to know shit else about her but that. You fucking run with all the fake motherfuckers. And Tariq is over here screaming, oh, this your homegirl. Fuck Teslin too. I told you Tariq is trying to be the next Tamika Mallory. He wants to be in all the spaces with the superstars. He doesn't necessarily want to make no difference. He talks all that shit about ADOS, but he's sitting up here with all the Democratic people. He's up here chilling with the ambulance chasers. My nigga, are you serious? I don't watch Tariq, but if Tariq has ever said anything about Attorney Crump and told y'all that he was full of shit and he's an ambulance chaser, I want you to know his right hand is the right hand of motherfucking Crump. Y'all did it because I didn't even know who Teslin was. You brought her up, so I looked her up. Apparently, she has a reputation of liking to fight with niggas. I like to fight too, Teslin. The fuck? I don't have nothing personal, but looking up her record, fuck her too. She run around with all the motherfuckers that don't mean black people no good. And that's who Tariq fucking. Tariq gonna get us reparations. Tariq gonna be the voice of that, and he's doing that shit on Revolt. Revolt thought this commercial about no voting, no bucking, they thought this was a great thing because they wrote a nice article on it and they're promoting it. This is the platform your brother Nasheed just got off of, bragging and popping his collar like he did something. Okay? This is what happens when you just in it for the bag. You be putting yourself in all kind of wrong places, bro. Calm down. You don't need to be in every spotlight. You don't always need to be seen. Sometimes you find yourself in the wrong light because you're just doing too much trying to get attention like a little bitch. Stop twerking for everybody and sit the fuck down trying to get on everybody's fucking platform to be seen. Everybody's platform ain't to be on if you really for the black people. Now when Tariq's minions like to say anything, I see y'all shut the fuck up. Go ahead and brag about him being on Revolt again. Go ahead, do it one more time for me in my chat. One time for your mind. Go ahead and do it for me. Go ahead and be like, yeah, Tariq was on Revolt. Do it for me. I want to hear y'all say it now. Y'all say that shit like Revolt is the savior. Fuck Revolt. Somebody said, show me. We're supposed to be having a serious conversation. Not looking at Tariq's hairline, but fine. Somebody give me some intermission music. Zoom. Okay, I know the intermission music is over, but I need a second to get some picture.
Just want to show this hairline.
Y'all gonna stop messing with me because I'm not the one, okay? So you go. Hold on. Okay. Let me take a breath. Calm down. Can y'all tell that's a painted on? You see that? That is a painted on. Hairline. That shit painted on. Hold on. Let's see that? See that lace front for the men? You see the lace front? See? Okay. That's the lace front they be buying. And I'm just gonna zoom in. And I want y'all to tell me that this ain't a lace front and you don't see all that paint on it. Okay, y'all, the intermission is over. Gotta get back to this. Drake, leave me alone. Well, I got big brothers and I'm not scared of you. I'm just saying. And yes, that's being petty, but like he don't get. I just heard this nigga the other day talking shit about black women, talking about all of these. We say all these dusty lace fronts. Nigga, you wear a lace front too? How dare you? How dare you? You be wearing a lace front too, and you got the nerve to talk about black women. I'm just saying. You told him I was on Section 8. I've never been, and it's okay. If you on Section 8, I love my Section 8 people. Love y'all. Nigga, but I can't call you a high school dropout. Y'all better shut the fuck up. That nigga talk about everybody. We got some smoke for you too, bro. Nobody's scared of Tariq and Revolt and Teslin and Smedlin and Jade and y'all little protesting. Go do what you do. Just leave me the fuck alone, okay? Leave me alone. I be in the kitchen cooking. And if you come in this bitch, you gonna get cooked right along with everything else. Leave me the fuck alone, Tariq. Now, after that wonderful intermission, everybody, thank you for joining us again. We're back to our regularly scheduled program. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when YouTube's not a hater. Now, where were we? Hey, so the people who own the black, now let me tell you, this is how you find it now. I want y'all to follow this pattern. So the people who own black dating app, okay? They actually own. I said, well, who owns black dating app? If you look it up, Match.com LLC owns black app for dating, right? But you will also find that Match, y'all gotta stop laughing because the funny part is over. Y'all get back to the conversation, y'all. You gotta be serious. The teacher coming. Shut the fuck up. Don't get us all in trouble, okay? So anyway, dude at Match.com, they LLC, they own everything. They own Christian Mingle. They own Plenty of Fish, I believe. Tinder. They own under this same company. Now, when you go to Match.com, Match.com is going to take you to another company, right? When you say, well, who owns the Match.com? They will tell you the father company. If you've been my students in my class, understand the LLCs and how you can have an umbrella and you can put other businesses under it, right? And so, I got somebody here be doing their work. Yes, look at that. IAC, absolutely, sis. You did your homework, right? So if you look up Match.com, as Sister in the chat said, you will see at Match.com their father company, who is that LLC that holds the other companies underneath it, actually belongs to a company called IAC. Now that company is owned by a white man. I believe his name is, I'm gonna tell you right now, Barry Diller. So let me show you Barry Diller. So the man who made that, who was responsible for the company, who decided to make that commercial, this is what he looked like, but he making a commercial appealing to the black community. Here you go. This is him. Okay? He is a billionaire. He decided to form Match Group after breaking up. IAC into 5 different companies. So he broke them up into 5 different companies in 2008, but all of those companies he owns. The funnier thing is that if you go to, right, go and Google IAC, and IAC will give you departments of the LLC. They actually have a department that does lobbying. So his company pays for political stuff. They do lobbying, all right? Now, the person who is in charge of all of that lobbying in his company, their name is Yasmin Nelson. And Yasmin Nelson, who runs that, right, who is the lobbyist that works with that company, she most recently known for her congressional employment, right, for Kamala Harris. So the people who put this together, yeah, people was asking me, how you know it's the Democrats? If you follow the trail, it takes you right to the Democrats. So I'm telling you, and again, y'all can do your own research, but I'll show you. Okay, so if you want to see this, so I'm gonna just show you this, but look this stuff up for yourself. Say who owns Black dating app, they gonna say Match.com. Then say, well, who owns Match.com? They gonna say IAC LLC Holdings, and then you say, well, who owns that? And then they're gonna show you a whole lot of shit. And one of the things you're gonna find is this, right? Can you see that? It says Holdings for Match. Do you see that? When it talks about the lobbyists, you see that right there? You go look at it. You see Kamala Harris' name right there? Sorry, my light is shining on it, but that's why you gotta do your own homework, okay? If you just follow the trail, it's all in your face and it's right there. So they are for the Democratic Party. But I knew that before I did the trail because I saw the subliminals on the signs in the shirt show. So you can take that for yourself. I would like you to see it because when stuff like this happens and you are pissed off, you should be able to just go on and figure it out just like some of y'all did in my chat that already had the information and be able to do that yourself. That didn't take me nothing but 5 minutes after I seen the video and said, who the fuck made this video now? Let's go and rewind it back and let's figure it out. Google is your friend. It will tell you a lot, but we don't go look the shit up. So this white man who is a billionaire that owns all these companies, I just want y'all to ask yourself this as well. If he owns Tinder and Christian Mingle and all of that, why hasn't he ever felt the need to do an ad for his other dating apps? Like he didn't feel that people needed to get back stuff other than Black people. He only used, juvenile and backs that thing up and gave it to Black people. But if the vax was so important for everybody, how come he didn't do that for Christian Mingle? How come he didn't do that for Tinder? How come he didn't do that for Plenty of Fish? How come he didn't do that for Match.com? How come he only did it for the app that's called Black, that is for people to date on, that's just for Black people? And now here we are when it comes time to vote. And instead of him telling everybody out to get out to the polls and vote, he just brings you a commercial just for Black people. And this is what he brings it as. And what they're going to try and say to you when you get mad and you say, well, this is a disgrace, you're talking about sex and all those other things, they're going to say, well, this is a dating app. That's why the commercial is this way. They're using this as a way to try and say, we're not being disrespectful. Now, remember, if you were just to make an ad like this for no reason, they're going to try and say, because this is to a dating app, this is why we brought this perspective. But I bet you if they do another video for any other group of people, it would be more centered around the issues. Make sure you go and vote out. Go vote for this your local election, right? It'll make all the difference in your community. Make sure that your candidates are doing the things that you need to see in your community. And then after that, make sure you go vote because your vote matters. It changes the things in your community around you. Like, damn, you can't give us a commercial that say that? If it was for another group of people, that's exactly what it would have said. So I'm going to sum this up for y'all. And I'm going to get the hell out of here. But I just want y'all to know that this is a trick from the plantation. They've been doing this whole time. And when I'm talking about the trick from the plantation, I am talking about the fact that they've only let you see Black men as broken bitches Okay? And women who are just good for breeding and making a bunch of new slaves to bring onto the plantation for this government to use. I want you to know, and I'm gonna say this, I ain't gonna go into burn this motherfucker down. I know y'all be acting like, Mechee, you be doing too much. Whatever, okay? Whatever. They be doing too much. You gotta be doing too much. We're doing too much. But I just want to say this on the lowest level of this. It is your job for everybody that is listening here today to not entertain these people. It is your job to tell them how much of a disgrace that they are. You could be mad at somebody else all day. Y'all gonna go post all day. You should tag Saucy and you should tag Trina. And you should tell them that they trifling as fuck in the black community. We don't agree with what you're saying and we don't like you. We should probably go to Black Instagram and we should tag them too. And we should let them know don't ever fucking disrespect us like this again. So that they can understand that we don't play this game and we don't want this bullshit from them. See, our voices matter if we get the fuck up and use them. Also, for everybody that's listening, it's 2,600 people in here. For everybody that's listening, you got kids in your household, you have family members around you, stop supporting this shit. Right? Stop following these people. Stop making them superstars. Stop making them be the voice. And whenever you step out your lane, yes, stay in your fucking lane. Entertain all you want. Do them different things. But when you try to bring your ass over here, you don't belong in this lane. And that's what will cancel you, motherfucker. You hop in the wrong lane, instantly you broke down. Nigga, I might run into the back of your shit. Stay in your lane. There should be consequences for them coming out of their lane. As black people, we need to start saying, entertainers staying entertained. And you know why we're scared to say that? Because you got white people who would tell black folks, just shut up and dribble the ball. So you don't want to say that to any of your entertainers. But what I'm telling you is, you need to not worry about what the fuck Karen said to some black man. What you need to understand is that for our survival in this country and for the things that we need to start saying the same thing. If you entertain, brother, entertain. If you are educated to do politics, then you can step up and do those things for us. And even then, are you educated in what the fuck our community needs? We gotta stop letting people be the voice and speak for us who don't understand what none of our issues are. A lot of us don't understand our issues. There's gonna be black people out there right the fuck now talking about, look at Biden. Biden is getting rid of all of the people. They're letting people out of jail that had to do with marijuana, and we ain't even looked far enough to see that damn bill is not in it. It's not in it. The suggestion. I'm gonna call it a suggestion. The suggestion, because it's not an executive order. Like, he didn't suggest you just leave Asians the fuck alone. He gave them a hate bill. We need to stop accepting this dumb shit. If you black, stop clapping. They ain't done nothing for me. Stop clapping. Tell you why. People say that our votes don't count. They count, but they count in this thing, right? They want you to go in and they want you to just completely vote for Democrats and you don't know what else to do. So many of our people are blind when it comes to politics. We don't understand what's going on. If you watch the news, people are going to tell you what they want you to hear, just like they will tell you all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Oh, just, Trump is racist. They tell you all this shit about Trump, right? And you believe it. And how many black people was like, I don't like Biden. I just don't want Trump in the office. But could you articulate why you didn't want Trump in the office? You just went and did Biden because they told you to. So what happens if they know that we're a community of people that are caught up in our emotions, right? They've been conditioning us from day one. So they push these little buttons and these triggers that they've already spent years and decades and all this time creating in black people that make us react exactly like they set us up to react. So as soon as they get ready to push that button in our back, guess what? It works exactly like they want it to work. And this is what they set us up to do. You need to start telling them we don't accept this shit. Everybody's mad at Kanye for wearing White Lives Matter shirts. That's another thing. Did he try to make an excuse for it? That's your man, Tariq. He tried to make an excuse for it. Then he tried to come back and clean it up, right? But we're all mad at Kanye for wearing those shirts, and people are talking about Kanye all over the place. You know what you need to be talking about all over the place? You need to be talking about this. You need to be tagging Trina and saucy ass, and you need to be tagging the black people. It's a black dating app. I'm sure they have an Instagram. You should let them know as black people don't ever do this motherfucking shit again. They should have tons of inboxes. They should have tons of people adding them. They should have tons of y'all over there on their motherfucking page telling them how much we do not appreciate this until the articles we see coming out shows there was a ton of backlash for this recent ad that this app put up. If you are black and you are on that app, you should fucking get off. And when they ask you why you left, put in other, you should tell them because I think you're racist as fuck. And the way you just made that commercial, I'm pissed as a black person. You can no longer have my business. We'll go hard on everything else. Black Friday coming. Niggas is gonna stand in line from 4 in the morning for a goddamn PlayStation or some virtual reality goggles or fucking something. Real soon. Real soon. I don't even want you to do all that. I just want you to use your voice, use your social media platform, and do those things. See, this is where it's being spread, so that's how you can back that shit. You go right to the platform that they're promoting this shit on. Everybody's watching it on social media. They have a YouTube page, you guys. And this video was put up on the YouTube page. You should go and flood that section and tell them how trifling that shit was. Matter of fact, y'all should all go report the video and say that it's racist and bullying. That's what you should do. Go make sure that their channel gets a knock, that they get a strike. Let them know that you don't like it. Somebody said, what is the name? I'm saying before, but if you look up the Bucky no voting commercial, it takes you right to their thing. Right? So their YouTube page is Black Dating, BLK Dating. That is the name of it. They only have 2,000 subscribers, right? But they got 420,000 views on this stupid ass video they put up 2 days ago. They also have a YouTube site. I mean, an Instagram page. You should go over there and let them know how you feel too. Nobody's coming to save us. Nobody is going to respect you because you say that they should. Nobody is getting ready to all of a sudden treat us right just because we think they ought to. No other race does that in this country, so we need to stop doing that shit too. I need you to get the fuck up. I need you to speak out when shit is not your voice and you don't want it to be for you. I need you to stand up and make change because at the end of the day, nobody's coming to do that for us. The disrespect that is given to us is the disrespect that we accept. How many of y'all in a relationships and you be like, oh my God, they just treat me bad. Well, why the fuck do you keep letting them treat you that way? It's your job to decide you're going to leave this situation. Now, elections are coming. I don't know what you're going to do, but since your vote counts so much, you might want to hold that motherfucker. You might want to take it in another direction just because. Y'all just voted for fucking Biden because you wanted to get Trump out. Maybe you just should just vote for the Republicans because you want to get the Democrats to understand you're not going to keep doing this shit to us. Because it's the Democrats who always make these fucking commercials for us. And since you say, and we understand, Republicans ain't gonna save us, the Democrats ain't gonna save us either. Maybe it's time you teach the Democrats a motherfucking lesson. And you just don't give them their vote. So many of y'all was like, I'm just gonna vote for Biden even though I don't like him because I just don't want Trump there. How about we just don't want to keep fucking playing these games with the Democrats no more? If it don't matter who's in the office, then stop giving the Democrats your vote. And don't stay home and not vote. Vote for the other party. Just because. Y'all don't understand, Warren, how to play this game? Did you say it doesn't matter which office is in there, they're going to go do us damage? Okay, so go to the other side for a moment. Because what I don't see is the fucking Republicans out here giving us these old pandering-ass, trifling-ass videos. See, the Democrats said that they all for us. But if you go back in all of their policies, the Democrats have done everything to destroy us. Every bill that locked our people up came from them. Biden just gave the community crack pipes. Kamala with her dumbass laws and rules. Everything that we've looked at has damaged the Black community to a great extent. The Democrats did it to us. So maybe you should just say fuck them just because. Since it don't matter who in office, don't vote for the Democrats. Show them they have to earn our respect. You ain't talking to us about nothing, we're not voting for you. They need your votes. You know why? Because white America's ready to put Trump back in the White House. They need you to be upset. They want you to think that Trump and everybody keeps playing the race card when they're really the ones playing the race card, playing these fucking videos that they're making, telling you that niggas ain't worth shit but some sex. I think you should send a long, strong message. And you should speak up when it matters. Y'all all tune in, whatever is drama going on YouTube. Tune into the stuff that you need to tune into and give your opinion, give your voice. There's block buttons. You can report people all the time. You should make people start respecting us. Nobody gonna give you respect just because you want it. You should take it. And that's what I'm gonna say with that. And I'm gonna leave it there. The Democrats made this. The Democrats have always given us their ass to kiss. We should not accept this. You should boycott. Let me tell you, our biggest power as Black people is our dollar. When you stop giving to something, you see how they go and try and respect you. Don't give these people your money. And if anybody in here is a hacker, you should hack into their app and you should fuck all that shit up so can't nobody even see who the fuck trying to hit them up. I'm just saying, this is what Black people do. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I'm not the hacker, but maybe you are, all right? But do some work for your fucking country, right? put in that work. Go shut that shit down. They got a website too. Somebody could shut that shit down. Go ahead and just send a bug all through that motherfucker. Come on. Let them know. Don't fucking play with us no more. That's up to us to do and nobody else. All right? And that's it. I'm gonna get the hell out of here, y'all. Y'all like this video, share this video, subscribe if you have not. Hit that notification bell, y'all. So when YouTube's not a hater, they'll let you know I'm live. If you guys go over to my website, you can also get in my email list, and I'll send out emails when I'm live if you're not worried about me letting you know. But anyway, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. Y'all go and do the things that I said and understand where these things come from. Stop letting them do this to us. Period. All right. Y'all have a good night. And somebody tell Tariq to get that paint off his forehead. Stay out the sun. The sun exposed to us. You see he's supposed to stay in the dark. We ain't see paint, my nigga. We see it. Tell them I got the hookup. I just got a student in my boot camp. I think she's gonna be selling lace fronts. We will give him a discount, even though he is Black. So we'll give him a discount on his lace fronts. Y'all have a good night, and I'll talk to you later.
On the radio, it's like, okay, let's get him up here. You were
All right. Let's put up the picture. Okay? Now, you probably don't need the police, but you damn sure need the police. That looks demonic as hell. Okay. Now, let me say this about those who work in fast food industry. I have the utmost respect for you. I used to work in fast food myself. I worked as a waiter, multiple restaurants, charged work on the plant. I respect what you do. You should never have to encounter individuals like this. I will say you all handled it well. You were assertive, you stood your ground, you did not let up. It could have gone much worse for that particular character. Here's my recommendation in the future. Call the police. Call them. Because you never know how someone will end up reacting. They may leave, they may come back. If a person is that violent, that aggressive, that ridiculous and extreme, you do not know what could happen. Okay? So I want you to be safe. Right? Hey, B, thoughts on this?
I'm just like, what in the fentanyl, PCP, hocus pocus remix was going on here? I thought this was a preview of The Exorcist. I know it's Halloween. I wasn't sure. I thought it was a joke. Call the police on Karen. Didn't they stop cutting up like that? Y'all had a whole screaming match. Should have called the police. Let her get handcuffed. See what happened.
Yeah.
And stop playing games.
There you go. You know, I've seen handcuffs become kryptonite to Karens. All right? So,
Shit's not about to be quick.
that it is. They really do. They start apologizing to everybody. Yeah.
The information I'm going to share with you is preliminary. This investigation is less than 60 hours old. Before I begin, I want to once again extend my condolences to the family of Mr. Burks. We're obviously grieving the loss of their loved one. Anytime the department has to use force, it's never a desired outcome. We always hope for peaceful resolution. Historically, our policy in the department has been not to share information or videos at an early stage of investigation. However, with the abundance of transparency that I want in this case, my commitment to the citizens, I'm providing an update that will involve some video. Although I cannot share all the information in the investigation due to it being an active investigation, we're still on the ground doing interviews, obtaining videos, and talking to what we hope to be some witnesses to the circumstances. I'm going to share with you a lot of information in hopes of bringing some clarity to some of the misinformation that I have heard and read. On Sunday, October 2nd, at approximately 5:01 a.m., officers from the 2nd Precinct were dispatched to a residence in a 14,900 block of Littlefield. They were dispatched to that run on a person armed with a knife and who was experiencing a mental health crisis. Upon arrival, some 3 minutes later, officers spoke to a family member who advised them that his brother, a 22-year-old by the name of Mr. Porter Burks, was suffering from a mental health condition and that he was in fact in crisis. He also advised the officer that Mr. Burks was armed with a knife and that he was concerned about Mr. Burks' safety as well as the community's safety. He further stated that his brother had slashed his tires on his vehicle. Officers obtained a description through conversation with him. One of the officers, in fact, said that he thought he may have seen him near a grocery store and announced that they were looking for him over the radio. They made it to the area of Skilton near Linden with other responding officers and observed Mr. Porter on the street. One officer identified himself and revealed that he was part of our crisis intervention team. That's our CIT members who who are trained in dealing with crisis, mental health crisis, as well as de-escalation. And that training consists of some 48 hours, as well as pressure training. This officer had received that training. This officer told Mr. Burke that he was not in any trouble when he made contact with him, and that the officers were there to give him some help. But he needed to put the knife down. After approximately 4 minutes, the officers, as well as the other officers on the scene, the officers that I'm speaking of, as well as the other officers on the scene, repeatedly assured Mr. Burke that they were there to help him, and that if he put the knife down, they could get him the help that he needed, get him transported either home or to a hospital. Each time, Mr. Burke refused to put the knife down. As this was occurring, the officers were formulating a plan, which is part of our CIT training, to formulate a strategy, to use a plan, which consisted of a number of different things. One of the things it consisted of was ensuring that all the scout cars were not running and that the vehicles were locked, because we didn't want the person in crisis, or we don't want the person in crisis to make their way to a scout car and drive off. They also had at least one of the officers on the scene get his taser ready. As they were trying to negotiate with Mr. Burke, without warning, Mr. Burke charged at one of our officers with a knife in his hand. The officer turned for his safety, and the other officer turned for their partner's safety, fired their weapons. Despite this horrific act, the officers were able to quickly transition to a first aid mode and begin to render first aid. The officers then conveyed Mr. Porter Burke to a local hospital where he unfortunately was pronounced dead. This is a tragic situation. Anytime we use force, it's not the desired outcome. Anytime we use fatal force, it's the worst outcome. At this time, I'm going to have video start, and later in this presentation, I'm going to be bringing up the Director of Professional Standards to talk through our investigatory process and what happens in an investigation such as this. At this time, I'm going to start the video, and I will be stopping it periodically to highlight a few things for those of you. Please start the video. I will warn you that this video is quite graphic and could be troubling for some to see.
I killed that man. I didn't have to kill him. All y'all didn't have to shoot that man like that. Which house is that?
Please have them increase the audio. Sarge, please have them increase the audio.
I mean, is he just walking around like, or?
video pauses here so that we don't put out the phone number.
Okay, we'll give you if he comes back and he has an emergency, just give us a call. Yep.
All right, so I want to pause here for 1 second for a couple of reasons. One, this is the knife. It's an 8-inch knife, a little over 8 inches, about 8.5 inches long. It's a folding blade knife, but it is clearly not a pocket knife, number one. Number two, I want to highlight the fact of the intentions of the officer at this time. As you can hear, that the desired outcome was to get Mr. Burke some help, was to get him secured into a hospital and, in fact, go back and pick up the complainant, Paul, who could not drive himself to the hospital because Mr. Burke has slashed his tires. Continue. I'm going to pause it here, and we'll pick back up at that point in a moment. This is a crisis intervention trained officer, a CIT officer, determined to do its use of line. This officer's job is to respond to these runs, as we do quite a bit, and attempt de-escalation techniques, regardless of how long it takes, as long as the matter isn't escalated or a more dangerous situation occurs. As you can see, the officer is extending his hand as part of his training. The extension of the hand is to say that everything here is safe, I'm not going to harm you, and you're in total control of this moment. If you are able to understand and come with me, I can take you where you want to go. So the questions that he's asking him is part of his training. The conversation that he's having is very deliberate, and it's part of this training. Continue. very tragic situation. Certainly, again, desired outcome.
About somebody.
Again, my condolences to the Burks family. This is not what we wanted. The officers were trying to negotiate with him, and without provocation, we charged the officer with a knife in hand, gaining ground on him very quickly in the fear of their life. They fired their weapons to stop the threat. This time I'm going to bring up Director Christian Graveling of our professional standards. I know that a number of you have questions regarding the investigative process, and he's going to explain that to you and give you as much detail as he possibly can. Director Graveling.
Good afternoon. In all officer-involved shootings, there's a dual-track investigation within DPD. First, there's the potential criminal investigation, which is led by an outside agency, in this case, the Michigan State Police. Michigan State Police take the lead on the criminal investigation and the eventual warrant submission to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. Once Michigan State Police conclude their investigation, they will submit that warrant submission to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office for their own independent review of the situation on October 2nd, 2022. In addition to that, the department conducts its own internal administrative investigation. That administrative investigation takes a back seat initially to the criminal investigation. The criminal investigators are the ones collecting the information, checking for any available videos to include any security cameras or doorbell video on that block that could assist in the investigation, talking to the relevant witnesses, and collecting witness information. Once their investigation is complete, the departmental internal investigation then also begins to pick up. The department's investigation at this point is restricted primarily to review a body-worn camera, as we have seen here today, making sure that we've collected everything internally that is necessary for this investigation. So those are the two investigations that will be proceeding over the next several days and weeks as we attempt to bring all relevant facts to the decision makers in this situation. In addition to that, we also begin to take a look at the involved individuals' past as well. We've done our investigation into Mr. Burke's past. What we have found is, unfortunately, a system that has failed Mr. Burke's on several different occasions. Over the last several years, there have been multiple times when police have been called due to Mr. Burke's violent behavior and has sought him to be committed into the mental health system. What we have found, as you heard his brother state, is that he suffered from schizophrenia, and that schizophrenia manifested itself into violent behavior. Some examples of this in 2020, first in March of 2020, he stabbed two family members, a sister. He stabbed the sister in both her neck and her hand, as well as a brother in the top of his head as the brother came to defend the sister. In August of 2020, he again stabbed one of his family members, this time a 7.5-year-old stepsister, also in the neck. Most recently, on June 26th, the family called Detroit police out because he was walking up and down the block looking to fight anyone. He was committed at that point to Cyanide Grace Psychological Ward. 2 days later, Detroit police received a call that he had escaped from that ward and was running in the traffic on McNichols. Officers attempted to chase him down as he ran in and out of traffic on McNichols in his hospital garb. They were able to catch up with him, at which time he assaulted the officer who initially attempted to detain him by punching him in the face. At that point, we deployed a taser. That taser did not take effect. It was only once 3 other officers, so 4 in total, were able to detain him at that time. So what we have seen is a pattern of him being brought to receive psychological services and being released, and or not being followed up with taking his medication and violent behavior.
This is a system that has failed Mr. Burks, has failed Mr. Burks' family because they've obviously tried to get him help. And unfortunately, it's culminated in the incident that we have before us today. We need help with the system. The officers are routinely put into this mode, and candidly, we're seeing more and more violent episodes, like the one we saw with Officer Courts, who was murdered by someone who was having a mental health episode, and as recently as a few weeks ago in the 12th precinct, a very similar situation with someone who was having a mental episode and randomly went through the neighborhoods and shooting someone. Our mental health crisis in this country is real. Our mental health crisis in our city is real. And this is not just a police matter. We're a response unit. Mr. Burks was in the care of mental health facilities, and he did not receive the treatment that he needed, so desperately needed. But our investigation continues. At this time, I'm going to transition to any questions that you all may have.
But also with that knowledge of priors.
I don't know if they were. As part of the investigation, we look at all aspects as far as police contacts and how many contacts we've had. And that's standard protocol when there's an officer-involved shooting as part of the investigation. And that's when we learned of this information. I know that some of our CIT officers have information on some of the participants in mental health treatment, but I can't speak.
Oh, wow. My bad, y'all. I didn't know he was taping. So I'm about to shut it down. I'm sorry I've been hearing him snoring, but I'm about to end this. I'm so sorry. I'm the one behind P.O.P. The Nene. P.O.P. That's him sleep. That's his first day from surgery. And he had to go get one more next week. And then that's going to be the doozy because he had to be in there for 2-3 weeks. Then he could come home. So P.O.P. or the Hazel Life. He'll see y'all in the morning. I'm signing off. I forgot he was live. I'm sorry. Y'all been sitting up listening to him sleep. Excuse me, y'all. But he's heavily medicated right now. Bye-bye.